so we're off. This video is all about massage, and I called it Sacred Touch because I really feel that's how I see massage. I see it as such a sacred experience where we're allowing someone else to touch, nurture, and look after our bodies. Um, so, as someone who has been a massage therapist for, over 12 years now, it's something that I never take for granted, and I really respect how important it is creating a space where we can just let go. We can come out of our heads and back into our bodies. And if I think back to the first massage I ever had, I was with my sister in India, and I think I was about 21. I think we were in Goa or Kerala, I can't quite remember. And we were lying on the beach, sunbathing, and I have to say I was feeling quite tense at this point. There were loads of guys on the beach staring, taking pictures. It wasn't a relaxing sort of beach experience. And this man came round, and he was blind, and he was doing massages. And my sister said, "Why don't you get a massage?" And I said, "Oh, okay." So I lay on his beach mat, and I remember feeling incredibly tense, incredibly uncomfortable, and not enjoying the experience at all. I think I was like just counting down the seconds till it was over. And if I was to think back why, looking back, I kind of think it's really strange that, I hadn't had a massage before I was 21, because massage is kind of like such a huge part of my life, and I'm massaging most days. But secondly, I think it was the fact that I wasn't feeling in a particularly safe environment. I was feeling incredibly exposed. And I think that's so important. How can we have sacred touch if we're not feeling safe and we're not feeling nurtured in the environment? And also, I didn't know the man. We hadn't had a conversation. We didn't speak the same language. So in many ways, I was kind of like lying there, allowing this stranger to massage me, and then wondering why I didn't feel relaxed and blissed out afterwards. And I know for some people they really would have. It doesn't really matter. They can just kind of switch their minds off. But that definitely wasn't my experience. And so sort of many years later, I think without realising it, I've always maintained the space that someone has a massage is so important. It's really important that that person know they're not going to be disturbed, that this is their time to completely switch off. Because the benefits of massage are huge. I think we all live such busy lives. There's an expectation that we should be, productive at all times, moving forward, going towards our goals. And yes, there really are times where we can sort of zoom forward, but there's also really important times each month where we just need to stop, that we need to integrate what we're learning. I remember when I was younger, I was always reading books. I was grabbing one book and putting it down and putting out the next one. And what I realised was that I never really allowed myself just to stop and think about that book and think about the lessons and almost like allow them to land in me. And I think that's a bit like how we can live our lives. It's like, yes, we can go, let's go 100%, but we also have to stop. We also have to think about the lessons that we're learning. And I think massage is so great for that. When we're in our heads, when things are busy, and perhaps when we can't sleep because our minds are waking us up. For me, that's really typical that we're very much out of our bodies. We're not kind of feeling physical or grounded. And what I know from having done this for many, many years is that when we're out of our bodies, when we're in our heads and we're racing forward, life doesn't feel that enjoyable. We're kind of not there. We kind of got one foot in the future, one foot in the past. We're really not present. And the wonderful thing about massage is it grounds us. It kind of takes us out of our heads and brings us back into our bodies. So actually we can experience life. We can connect to our heart, which for me is like our place of spontaneity, creativity. When we're in our heads, it's often about duty and thinking, I don't like the cliche, but inside the box. When we're in our bodies, we can actually start seeing life differently. And we can actually start feeling how, what our body is feeling. So it's like, gosh, I didn't realise my shoulders were feeling so tight. I didn't realise that, that there's so much tightness in my left ankle. And actually, by spending time to nurture our bodies and reconnect, we can really listen to what our bodies want. So while I'm really grateful for that massage that I had in India, that in many ways probably put me on my journey to reconnect with my body, because I think it was a time when I was really disconnected, really uncomfortable in my skin, and certainly wouldn't want some stranger touching me and expecting myself to feel relaxed afterwards. But what I know is that massage can completely change our relationship with ourselves, um, and just to really honour that experience for this precious time that it is.